going, Reels family? So now, as you can see, I am going to be speaking about Doctor Who and just all the information that I could have possibly gathered. Now, most of my information that I'm going to be bringing to you is coming from our sponsors, Mark Who 42. I will be speaking about them here real quick shortly, and then we're going to move on to the information. Mark Who 42 has dropped the Whoniverse, which I think it's a really, really good move, because to be strictly consolidated to all things Doctor Who is kind of really limiting you on the nerd world when there is so much more that we'd love to talk about as Whovians than just Doctor Who stuff. You know, there's a lot of Game of Thrones, a lot of Supernatural, you know, we got Sherlock, but there's just so many parameters to our fandom that them dropping the Whoniverse opens them up to many more possibilities. Superhero talk, comic book talks, the works, everything con now. But don't get it mixed up. They're still first and foremost Doctor Who, which I really do enjoy this. Moving on. One of the things that they have spoken about is a lot of the things that Moffat doing his flippy floppy stuff, and you know, as much as, you know, the whole in Moffat we trust, I tend to agree a lot with the Mark Who 42 crew, just because he's the reason why we still have Clara. Well, we can't just move on to a new companion. Now granted, did Jenna Coleman agree to do this? Absolutely, she could have disagreed and turned it down and walked away and said no. Cool, okay, but ultimately everybody's still kind of looking at Moffat and going, well, what are you doing, man? You know, do you care what the fans think, or is it just what you want to do? You know, and I think he takes into what the fans think, a little bit of it. One of the things that I heard that really upset me to hear is that Peter Capaldi's doctor, this doctor that we got, apparently he fancies Clara. Why? Why? God, why? Okay, and the thing is, like, I don't even see the compatibility. I don't see the chemistry so much with the two of them. I mean, yeah, there is, but on a very sort of friendship bond, not so much on a romantic level. Like, I really don't see that working. And the way that we have portrayed Peter Capaldi's doctor to be thus far, it just doesn't match. Now, it would make sense that the doctor would fancy Clara, seeing that there was kind of a little bit of that going on between Matt Smith and Clara. But even then, it still didn't strike me as, oh, we like each other, like we like each other. It wasn't like that. It was just, well, we've been through so much together that of course it's gonna bring you closer. But I just don't necessarily agree with the whole love interest there. I think it takes away from everything. And, you know, the way that I view the doctor, I'm a little bit disappointed. Well, you know, one of the things they said that brings up a great point, is it the doctor that fancies Clara, or is it Moffat that fancies Clara? Now, they don't want to start these rumors, but I'm perfectly okay starting these rumors. I think that the reason we still have Clara Oswald on the show, and the reason why the doctor fancies the Clara and all this stuff, my bet is Moffat. After all, he is the writer and the creator. It comes out of his brain. So why is it going in this direction, and why is it all revolved around Jenna? I don't know, but we can definitely take Jenna out and we can totally put in Missy. And that is a story that I would love to see. Missy and the Doctor. Ooh, can you just imagine? At any rate, enough of the daydreaming. I'm sure some of you have heard the news. The news came out a long time ago about Doctor Who and Lego forming a bond. Well, now it's possibly Doctor Who and Disney. Now, I, for one, could not be more in support of this, because, oh my God, could you imagine a Doctor Who side of Disney World? I mean, just imagine going to one of the Disney parks and there's the Van Gogh TARDIS exploding, just replica. And go inside the TARDIS, or even a TARDIS ride where you're going through the time vortex, or visiting Gallifrey. Just like, I believe Universal Studios Orlando has the Harry Potter Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Imagine a Gallifrey in Disney. Or the Disney movies that come out from that. I think it would be absolutely spectacular. And I, for one, cannot wait to see how this turns out. I'm really hopeful that this is something that gets tied up. Now, they're also talking about a Doctor Who movie. Now, that one I'm a little bit against because Sony would inevitably have the rights to that. Sony also responsible for Spider-Man, and we all know how well that turned out, okay? I am not the biggest fan of Sony Productions because their movies are just, well, let's be honest here, they're not really about the quality and the arts and the movie itself as they are about the, you know, the finger friction. Anyway, so I don't want to see a Doctor Who movie, okay? Because even though as many qualms as I have with Moffat, unless he is writing, producing this movie as well, I don't want to see a Doctor Who movie, because if you ruin this movie, that's the fandom with Doctor Who itself, that is a huge, huge, huge risk and project to take, because that could either make your career in Hollywood or destroy it inevitably. We'll see about that. I mean, Hollywood does have the skills and the work and the special effects, but it's not so much Hollywood as it is the company that is owning it, insofar as looking like it's Sony. No. Well, moving on, this is gonna wrap up my video on my Doctor Who news wrap up. Stay tuned. I will be posting on our Facebook page dates where you can hear us, me and specifically, because my other teammates are bums and don't want to be on the radio. Thanks, guys. But you're gonna hear me on the Mark Who 42 podcast next month. I will be posting dates and time, and yay! All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. Another video is gonna be coming up real soon. Take care. Does anybody know when Doctor Who's coming out? Is it August? Is it September? Is it May? Is it stuck in some wibbly wobbly timey-wimey shit? Who knows? They need to keep it real. See what I did there? Oh.